This video is part number 3 of RINPAS 2024 PYQ series. First of all, question number 16, behavior symptoms that are not included. The question is saying about not included in DSM-5 autism spectrum disorder. So now this question is fourth question on the same theme called as autism spectrum disorder. So for your RINPAS examination, this autism spectrum disorder becomes very important. Okay. So for the next time, make sure that you prepare very well for the autism spectrum disorder, which is very important for you. Now, which of the following that are not included in DSM-5 autism ASD? Problems with play imagination, impairments in imaginative play, lack of functional play skills, or difficulty distinguishing fantasy from reality. So if you understood completely what is autism, you will understand what this question is asking about. And if you read about autism spectrum disorder, you will be able to answer about this question as well. So what is the correct answer right now is that option number C, lack of functional play skills. Because an autistic child or a child with autism will have difficulty, problems with play or imagination, impairments in imaginative play, he or she cannot imagine something like that, and difficulty distinguishing what is fantasy and what is reality. Okay, so to read this, I refer you to the C book. Read about autism spectrum disorder. Everything is mentioned over there. If you just go through all these, you will be able to answer these type of questions very easily. Now, next one is all of the symptoms are symptoms of Mr. S who had damage to Wernicke's area except. Now, there are two main important things that you need to remember. First of all is Facebook, and second one is your what? Second one is your WhatsApp. Okay. Now, what is happening over here is no, not WP. WhatsApp is WAT. Okay. Now, listen very carefully. This is very important for your entire life, and this thing is called as the Broca's area. Okay, so whatever I am speaking, whatever I am saying it to right now to you is just possible only because of the Broca's area. Why? Because this is responsible for your speech production. Okay, whatever you say daily in daily life, whatever speech you produce is just because only of this Broca's area. Now, where this Broca areas is located, it is located on the frontal lobe. Frontal lobe, I hope you know there are four lobes of our brain: frontal, parietal, occipital, and the temporal lobe. And in the frontal lobe, we are having this Broca's area. And now we are having this second thing called as the Wernicke's area. Why? Because whatever comprehension you are getting from these videos, whatever understanding you are getting from these videos, or whatever knowledge you are getting from whatever thing you are understanding in your daily life, the comprehension, the understanding part is just possible because of what? Because of the Wernicke's area. Okay. Now this Wernicke area is located where? It is located in the T called as the temporal lobe. And as well as you have one more thing called as the auditory association area or the auditory cortex, also available in the temporal lobe. Now your temporal lobe will consist of two important things. First is the auditory cortex and second is your Wernicke's area. I hope you got the distinction between the difference between the Broca's area and the Wernicke's area. Now, if we look at the options, we have option number one, inability to speak, which sometimes can happen in Wernicke's one, inability to comprehend, neologism, and lesion or damage in the area of left hemisphere. Now, what is neologism? Neologism is like forming new words. Okay, new words formation. Just you can see these days many words are formed. Just like if we can say smoke plus fog, what it will give us smog, and words like these which are made daily, this is called as the neologism. And all of the symptoms are symptoms of Mr. S. Let's suppose this is Mr. S who had damage to Wernicke's area except. Now he will have the inability to speak as well, inability to comprehend as well, neologism as well, but he will not have the lesion or damage in the area of left hemisphere. Okay, you will find these type of questions sometimes tricky because you can mark option number A as well, option number D as well. Rest two are definitely not the option, but that's the thing with these kind of papers. Okay, you are getting simple spelling mistakes in these type of papers as well, so it's completely okay if you get these type of odd questions as well. Okay, now moving forward, question number 19, CBT cognitive behavior therapy works on thought, mood state, behavior, both A and B. Now first of all, what is CBT? Who has given this CBT. If you know, make sure that you comment down below who has given this CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, for the first time, or who came up with the idea of CBT. Now, what does it affect? It affects thought, behavior, mood state, or both A and B. So, what is the correct answer over here? It is option number D, both A and B. Cognitive behavior. Cognitive means what you thought, what you can imagine, or what you can just have a thought of, and behavior is your behavior. So option number D, both A and B are correct. Now next is a simple question asked from your NCRT references and general psychology tenet. Now see question number 20, which is the following is considered as the central tenet. If they can write tenet like this, so you can imagine you might have wrong answers, everything just in your M.phil Clinical Psychology paper. Okay, so you just have to be lucky. You just have to clear. So make sure that you focus on the easiest question because they can give answers anytime, any day, anything. Now see the spelling of tenet. Just Google it, and you will know why I am saying like this. Now of CCP, client-centered therapy, they are asking congruence, unconditional positive regard, empathy. Now, whenever you will get questions like these, most of the time answer will be all of these. But make sure that you just check once. Now, this CCT given by Carl Rogers in 1951, empathy, congruence, and unconditional positive regard (UPR). All these things are central tenets of the CCT, client-centered therapy, person-centered therapy, and the correct answer is your option number D, all of these. Moving forward, functional analysis is considered under. Now, functional analysis is considered under classical conditioning, operant conditioning, humanistic principles, or Adlerian principles. Now, this functional analysis is used again under CBT and CBT cognitive behavior therapy. So now you get to understand that okay, CBT cognitive behavior therapy is also important for your RINPAS examination. Okay, now autism is important, cognitive behavior therapy is also important. Now, is considered under classical conditioning? No, Ivan Pavlov, no humanistic principles, and no Adlerian principles. The correct answer is your option number C, operant conditioning. Okay, it is based on the core principles of your operant conditioning, and under that we will find behavior modification and other techniques as well. We are talking about therapy, CBT. Under that, there is one more head called as functional analysis. Now, why there is Adlerian principles over here, option number D? We will talk about that shortly, but the history which you need to understand right now is very important. I hope all of you know the meaning of contemporary. What is the meaning of contemporary? And Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung or Carl Jung, whatever you want to call, and third one, Alfred Adler. Okay, Alfred Adler. These three were the contemporary of their time. Okay, these three were working at the same time around 1800, 1900, not 1800, around 1900s. These three were working at the very same time. Okay, so just remember these three were close friends and they depart from each other based on their ideologies and other thing. But these three are contemporary. Who? I mean, whom? Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, and Alfred Adler. Now, moving forward, question number 22nd in psychodynamic therapy, but obviously Sigmund Freud will come in the picture. Analysis of resistance is where? Analysis of resistance is where the client is asked to talk about anything that comes to mind. It is simple basic question from your NCRTs or from any general psychology book. The therapist interprets the dream of the client. It is dream interpretation. The client is asked to talk about anything that comes to mind, free association. The client obstructs the analysis and the therapist explores reason for this. This is called as the analysis of resistance. We are having resistance, transference, counter transference. Everything is important for this particular topic. The client transfers their feelings towards significant others onto the therapist. That is also we just discussed right now. Okay. So resistance, transference, counter transference are very important in this psychodynamic therapy proposed by Sigmund Freud. So what is going to be the correct answer? Option number B is going to be the correct answer. Now, question number 23, you will find biopsychology also heavily dominance in these papers. The link between nervous system and endocrine system is possible through. Question number 23. First of all, corpus callosum, no, reticular formation, cerebellum, and hypothalamus. So, what is the correct answer over here? The link between nervous system and endocrine system is possible through only your hypothalamus. That is why we call this hypothalamus as the big boss as well, because whatever is happening in your body, maybe you are eating, hungry, sleeping, sex, or anything, flight, fright, whatever it is happening because of your hypothalamus only. Okay, so this hypothalamus is an important link between your nervous system and your endocrine system. Now, first of all, what is a nervous system and what is a endocrine system? Endocrine system is considered, what you will talk about is the hormones in your body, and nervous system is about the neurons and signals in your body. These neurons will act as a messenger and will transfer signal from one neuron to the another neuron or muscle cell. But these hormones will be released in your bloodstream. Okay, and that is why we are having this connection between nervous system and this endocrine system by this hypothalamus. And what you are looking right now on your screen are the different endocrine glands. Okay, pancreas, ovary, testes, thyroid gland, and this hypothalamus is the brain region controlling the pituitary gland. And your pituitary gland is divided into two parts. This PG is divided into two parts called as the anterior pituitary gland APG and the PPG posterior one. From the posterior, only two hormones will secrete. First of all is the oxytocin, and second one is the vasopressin. Rest all will release from ACTH, GH, and all those things will release from the APG. Why ACTH is important? Because of the your adrenocorticotropic hormone, which functions when we are having stress. Okay, I mean it is released when we are having stress. Now you got the answer for this. Now you will find one more question on corpus callosum in this particular paper. That is why it is also important, which we will discuss shortly. Now next thing is in neurons, axons are insulated by nerve fiber. It should be, come on, it should be nerve fiber, ganglion, sylvian sheath. No, it is also written wrong. It is by myelin sheath. Okay, myelin sheath is the correct answer. In neurons, axons are insulated by the myelin sheath. So what you are having in your body is a neuron like this, and this is the axon. From here we can say this is the axon, and this is a terminal button. Okay, now these are having terminal buttons, and in these buttons what you get is you get the neurotransmitters ACTH, 5-HT, dopamine, whatever you are having neurotransmitters in your body, those are in these terminal buttons. Okay, like this. And now you are having what? This is a soma body. This is the nucleus, which is present in every cell. Nucleus is present in every cell of your body. Now this is the axon hillock from where your action potential will generate, that plus 30 millivolts depolarization will happen, action potential will generate from this point. And why this jump like this? Because of the myelin sheath present over here. Okay, like this myelin sheath is present on your axon. Okay, like this myelin sheath is presented. That is why we are generating action potential like this jumping, and the network and the message is transferred very fast. Now what is more interesting is this myelin sheath. This myelin sheath is prepared in CNS by whom? In CNS it is prepared by the oligodendrocytes, and in PNS it is prepared by the Schwann cells. This might arise sometime in your near exam as well. So in PNS it is developed by the Schwann cells, and in CNS it is developed by the oligodendrocytes. Now next is what is CNS? CNS is your brain part plus your spinal cord. Okay, so this is your spinal cord, spinal cord. Okay, this is spinal cord, and rest all is what? Rest all is your PNS. Okay, so damage to your brain and spinal cord is very injurious as compared to the PNS, because Schwann cells and all those things can regenerate. That myelin sheath can come back again, but in the oligodendrocytes that is not possible. So if you have damage to brain and spinal cord, oligodendrocytes, myelin sheath are destroyed, so they are not able to recover back, and that is why when your brain is slow, when your spinal cord is slow, your function and body movement stop very fast. Now this is the CNS portion, the blue one you are looking at right now. This is the CNS portion, consists of brain and spinal cord. So in the axons of brain and spinal cord, it means the CNS who is preparing the myelin sheath, it is being prepared by the oligodendrocytes. And in the PNS, who is preparing the myelin sheath, it is prepared by the Schwann cells. Okay, all right. Next question is question number 25. Miss B tells her partner she needs more appreciation. What module of dialectical behavior therapy is she working on? She working on mindfulness, distress tolerance, emotional regulation, or interpersonal effectiveness. Now these four are the skills in your DBT, the dialectical behavior therapy, given by whom? Given by Marsha Linehan. I hope you know this much only. Marsha Linehan has given this dialectical behavior therapy for mainly for those suicidal and all those things. And mindfulness is also considered emotional regulation, interpersonal effectiveness. But right now, the correct answer is your option number D, interpersonal effectiveness. Okay, so that's all for today. That's all for today's part number 3 of our RINPAS 2024. If you solve the complete paper, you will be getting more marks in 2025 examination because PYQ might repeat in the upcoming exam as well. Okay, all right. See you all in the next part. There is going to be part number 4. Till then, goodbye. Take care. See you all soon.